Hello, this is Algebra 1, topic 8-2. We're going to talk about graphing quadratic functions on the calculator. Now we're going to review just by explaining how to clear the memory of your calculator. I'm just going to go over it really quick. These are the instructions on your calculator. You'll want to do second plus. Up here you want to go to 7. You want to reset all the RAM. And yes, you want to reset. You'll get this screen and it just says that, hey, we've cleared the RAM. Now that our memory's been cleared, we're going to go ahead and start talking about how to use the calculator to graph these things. So we have the function y equals x squared minus 2x plus 5. So we're going to come over here to where it says y equals. We're just going to type what we see. X squared minus 2x plus 5. Just make sure it matches. Okay? Which are the instructions that it gives you right here. And the very last step you do is you want to hit graph. So we look at our graph and we see our graph. Now, a vertex, we first want to know if it's a maximum or a minimum. Well, because this is the lowest point, it is a minimum. Maximums will look like this, minimums will look like that. Okay? Now we want to do second trace, which is calculate. And since the vertex is a minimum, we're going to press 3, which is the minimum. Now it wants us to do left bound, right bound, and guess. Well, for left bound, we want to make sure, are we left of the vertex? Yes, we are. For right bound, we're going to have to scroll right until we are right of the vertex. Hit enter. We do not care about guessing. We're just going to hit enter again. And it's going to tell us that x equals 0.9 repeating, y equals 4. So we're going to call that 1, 4. The reason being that if you get this 0.9 repeating or anything else that looks ridiculously close to 1 or close to 0, you're going to count it as 1 or 0. When you do this, the calculator has some rounding errors in how it calculates. So, this is the best way to do it. Now, in order to find points on our parabola, we need to do second and graph. This brings our table, and now we have a bunch of values that show. We want to start by doing -1. So -1 is at 8, 0 is at 5, 1 is at 4, 2 is at 5, and 3 is at 8. Now we will graph them. So -1, 8, 0, 5, 1, 4, 2, 5, 3, 8. And we draw our graph. Easy as pie. Let's go ahead and turn the page. Now for example number 2, we want to graph this quadratic function, find its vertex, y values for x values, and sketch a graph. We want to round to the nearest tenth as necessary. So first, we're going to come back to y equals, clear this one out, put the new one in, -x squared minus x plus 12. Now we go to graph, and notice that your vertex is not on the graph. It's outside of it. And so we need to zoom out. So we're going to go to zoom. And there are several things we could do. We could zoom out number 3. However, we want to go ahead and zoom integer. This will give us a nice clean graph where everything is evenly spaced. So I hit enter, then I will hit enter again. And now our graph has been zoomed out and we can see our graph. Here we've got our vertex. Because this is a maximum, when we go to trace, second, calculate, instead of doing 3, we're going to go to number 4 for the maximum. We want a left bound. We want a right bound. We don't want to guess. And it says negative 4.9 repeating. We're going to call that negative 0.5. And then 12.25. And that's our vertex. Just double checking myself. Yes, we get the same answer. Now, axis of symmetry is we take our x coordinate, x equals negative 0.5. Axis symmetry is very easy. To get our coordinates, we go to second table, and we put the coordinates in. Well, negative 2 is at 10. Negative 1 is at 12. 0 is at 12. And 1 is at 10. And now we graph our points. Negative 2, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Negative 1, 12. 0, 12. Go ahead and put a 13th mark up there. And 1, 10. And I actually like to have some other points, so I'm going to go back to my graph. Negative 3 is at 6. Negative 4 is at 0. Negative 5 is at negative 8. And we just mirror this along. Our axis of symmetry. And we have our graph. So, not terribly hard, quite easy. The calculator does all the work for you. So, hopefully you get this and there's no problems. Good luck on the assignment. Have a good day.